if you go back really not that long ago, as I say, we owned the news. We were the gatekeepers, and we very much owned the facts as well. If it said it in the Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, then that was a fact. Nowadays, people can go to all sorts of different sources for the news, and they're much more questioning about what we're saying. So it's no longer good enough for us just to say, this is what happened, or this is the news. We have to explain explain our working. So readers expect to understand how we source stories. They want to know how we go about getting stories. We have to sort of lift the bonnet, as it were, and in a way that newspapers, aren't used to doing, and explain to people what we're doing. We need to be much more transparent about how we go about collecting the news.
Every single terrorist attack in the U.S. was a false flag attack by Robert David Steele, former CIA operative. So in light of recent event, which so-called assassination of Donald Trump, it has sparked a whole lot of back and forth in the social media arena, right? Because a whole lot of people are no more buying into the PSYOP false flag events. A lot of people have woken up to it, and they are calling it for what it is. I myself, I was baffled, really. I was amazed at how many people, right off the gate, they saw it for what it is. It is a staged event, and they're calling it out. You always got to have the gullible minds out there. There are people that are just loyal to a fault. Why they're loyal to these criminals, these guys that don't give you any cause for you to be loyal to them. I don't know why, right? Your Trump supporters, they're going to support Trump to the very bitter end. They don't care, even when it's right in front of their faces, right? But I was really blown away to see how many people that are calling this for what it is. It is a staged event, right? So that's why, the first clip we saw, the lady in the World Economic Forum talking about how it used to be a time where, let's say what happened to Donald Trump. There used to be a time where if they told you, it was an assassination attack on Donald Trump, there is no other news sources out there. Like we have the alternative news media, right? We have the independent sources that try to decipher into this and look into it and find the loopholes into all this bullcrap that they are feeding us, right? There wasn't nothing like that back then. So they could just bullface lie to you in your face, and you would gobble it up. They'll tell you how there's a weapon of mass destruction in Iraq, and you have nothing else to do but to believe it, right? They feed you all kinds of lies, and you'll buy into it. But it's no longer so these days, right? As soon as the so-called assassination attack on Trump went down, the same instant on social media, a lot of people are going to social media to talk about how that doesn't look right, right? That doesn't look right. Everything smells off. The whole thing is off, right? It looks very well staged. You see what I'm saying? So you have these opinions, this opposing opinions now on social media and things of that nature. This is why they're trying so hard to ban freedom of speech, because they can't have you out there, trying to make them out to be liars, even though that's what they do. That's all they've been doing is lie to us. They don't care about that, right? They lie to you, look you face in the eye and lie to you. And years later, they'll come out, we might have omitted a couple of things, and we might have told a little bit of white lie, but you see what I'm saying? That's what they do, you see? So that's why they're looking to take away your freedom of speech, because they can't have this alternative news media. Every time they're trying to push an agenda, you have the alternative news media coming out and saying, "Oh man, we see you for what it is. We see you know what you're trying to do, and we're not going to comply. We're not going to fall victim to your lies no more," right? So this Trump thing is just with that, it has really sparked a lot of wandering minds, right? A lot of people are just like, man, wait a minute, everything is off with this whole thing, right? So that's what the ladies complaining about. Now they have to do more to try to lie to the people. Now they have to do more to try to convince the people to fall victim, to be bamboozled, run amok, right? Into following whatever agenda that they're trying to push. And it's weighing heavily on them. With the whole fact that there's not a lot of people trusting in them no more. You always got to have the sheeple, you always got to have that. But more and more, with every PSYOP, it's like a lot more minds are beginning to wake up to this whole crap. Like, all you got to do is go to X, Twitter, right? All this Facebooks and things of that nature, TikTok and things, right? You see people, a whole lot more people are like, to hell with this. It looks staged. It looks off. You see? And that's exactly what it is. So they're playing with your emotions. All we got to think about now, what comes next? Because anytime they pull something like this, there's always an underlying agenda that comes right after that, right? So this is just a precursor to something very, way, way worse. Something very nefarious is going to come right behind this, right? So before we go any further, let's bring this out real quick. In Proverbs, the 4th chapter, and the 7th verse, it says, wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Hakodash. Double honors to apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us this truth and continue to teach us this truth. Peace, salutation, shalom, shalom, shalom. To all your brothers and sisters that are of the household of faith, the 144,000 mighty men of the house of Israel, and the rest of the men, women, and children that are allotted for salvation in these latter days, which are of the elect, to you I say shalom, and to the brothers that are pushing this truth in honesty and in sincerity, to you I say shalom, right? So I've been pretty much occupied with this whole this whole scenario with the Trump assassination and things of that nature. There's always that back and forth on social media when something like this happens, right? You have the people on saying that doesn't look right, and people saying he was really attacked, and you see what I'm saying? But you have more people on the this looks staged, right? Like a whole lot more. And then these are the times that a lot of shields, all these shields so in social media gets revealed, right? A lot of these Twitters with all their, trying to make it look like they're they're trying to push the truth and this and that, It is being made known who is bought and paid for, and who is really down for the truth. You see what I'm saying? So it was really awesome to see the whole thing play out, especially on social media, because a whole lot more people are like, man, to hell with this. I was really mesmerized by that. Usually it's always the usual suspects. You already know who is going to be like, oh man, this looks staged, and right now it's coming from people that it's like, oh wow, really, you too, right? You can see that too, right? So it's kind of something. So this is what happens where more and more people are not buying into the lies. More and more people are beginning to see the government for what they really are, nothing but some lying, thieving bastards, man. Your alphabet boys. Make no mistake about it. The alphabet boys, they will deceive, bribe, take bribes, and do whatever they got to do, plot against the people in order to push whatever it is they're trying to push. Because your alphabet boys, your FBI, CIAs, and NSAs and things of that nature, guess what? They're not a standalone entity. They're owned also by the same people that run the whole show. You see? So of course they will push the agenda of the people that are in control of them. You see what I'm saying? They even show you that in these movies, and how at the end of the day, the alphabet boys to push the agendas of the higher ups. You see, so it's been a fun weekend, so to speak. It's been a fun the whole thing, seeing the whole lies unfold right in front of us, the psyops, the false flag events, and things of that nature. A lot more people are beginning to question the whole, oh man, the whole Trump blindly support Trump thing. It is quite awesome to see, really. That's why I had to pull this scripture out in Proverbs, the 4th chapter, in the 7th verse. It says, wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom. What is that? It said, wisdom is the principal thing, meaning a must to have. You got to have wisdom, especially in the times, in these lies and deceptive times that we're in, right? Because without wisdom, guess what? You will fall victim to all these lies, all this deception, right? It says, and with all that getting, get understanding, right? So a lot more people are beginning to get hip to the fact that the government is not to be trusted. They got that understanding down to the T, which the real wisdom and understanding comes from the words that are written in the Bible, which trickles down to anything that is truth, right? Anything that is truth and trustworthy, right? So that is what is happening these days. A lot more people have their eyes open to the real dark nature of the rulers of this world. And they are beginning to call them out on it, beginning with the prophets, So a lot more people are like, man, to hell with these guys. There's a meme I saw. It says, we need better psyops, right? Because this is all sloppy, man. It looks very sloppy. It looks, like not really something. Because this is how they really see the people, because they believe they can just do a half-assed psyop, a half-assed false flag event, and you would just gobble it up, right? Or to the fact that it's gotten to the point where they don't really care whether you gobble it up or not, right? They're gonna do what they got to do. It is what it is. You see what I'm saying? So that's why the scriptures are telling you wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom. And with all that getting, get understanding. Because once you have wisdom and understanding, you won't be easily tricked. You won't be easily bamboozled. You won't be easily put in a quagmire of deception that will have you in a bind, right? Because now you know better and you do better, right? The 8th verse, exalt her, who is the her, the wisdom and understanding, and she shall promote thee. She shall bring thee to honor when thou doest embrace her. She shall give to thine head an ornament of grace, a crown of glory shall she deliver to thee. Hear, O my son, and receive my sayings, and the years of thy life shall be many. So just by you taking heed to wisdom and understanding, you will live better, right? You know how to operate in the life. You know how to avoid things that will shorten your life. You know how to avoid things that will put you in harm's way. You know how to avoid things that will deceptively lead you in the wrong path, all because you have wisdom and understanding. You see what I'm saying? So it says, I have taught thee in the way of wisdom, I have led thee in the right path. When thou goest, thy steps shall not be straitened. When thou runnest, thou shalt not stumble. You see? So there's no obstacles in your way for you. Even when there is an obstacle, you know how to maneuver through all of that. Why? Because you have wisdom and understanding. And the obstacles is being put on the world stage. They're looking to deceive you in a very huge way. So you have to be aware of this, man. And you can't be asleep in these times. You can't be a sheeple in these times, man. You need to be like a lion, man. You need to be highly, highly alert. You need to be highly alert, man, because without it, you'll be caught off guard. It says, take fast hold of instruction. Let her not go. Keep her, for she is thy life. You see, wisdom and instruction is your life, man. Because without wisdom and instruction, wisdom and knowledge and understanding, instruction, what kind of life is that, man? You're pretty much taking up space, man. It's, living a life. You easily fall prey to whatever. It says, enter not into the path of the wicked, and go not in the way of evil men. Avoid it, pass not by it, turn from it, and pass away. So when you have this WHOs and the WEFs and you know groups like that pushing some kind of things to you, telling you to, oh, we have this for you, it's gonna be good for you, it's gonna be good for the greater good. So they always say that, for the greater good. Who's greater good? Us or you, right? It's always them. When they say the greater good, they mean them, because they're the ones that come up with all these plans, right? Because to them, you're not capable of making any sound decision. They even had that part they played in the TV series The Boys, right? They had the lady that was trying to run for president, I believe it is, saying how the people are so stupid. We have to be the ones to make the decisions for them, right? Because they can't make any sound decisions and things of that nature, right? So that's what happens, man, when you let corrupt individuals take hold of power, right? They feel like you are so beneath, they have to run the whole show for you. So the scripture is telling you here that go not by their way. It says, avoid it, pass not by it, turn from it, and pass away. For they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. So all this PSYOPs and false flag events and things of that nature, this is what the wicked does, right? They sleep not unless they've done something like that. They have to do it. They need to do it. It's in their nature to pull some bullshit like this. Excuse my French. They have to do it, man. They always got to do it. Because if they don't do it, they can't sleep. They can't rest. They can't feel like they've accomplished something. So they always got to pull some kind of deceptive move on the people. It's in the core of their DNA to do something like this. It's in their spirit to do something like this. You see, that's what the scripture is telling you here. For they sleep not, except they have done mischief. So the whole staged event, the whole thing we saw with this whole Trump thing, this is the wicked playing out their part. This is how they get down. This is what they do. This is how they roll. You see? It says, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. The 17th verse. It says, for they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence, but the path of the just is as the light, is as the shining light that shineth more and more unto the perfect day. So that's the contrast between the wicked. The wicked, all they want to do is wickedness, but the just, meaning the righteous, their path is like a shining light, because you have the wisdom, you have the understanding, and you know how to move, man. You know how to live in harmony with the world that we live in. You're not out there trying to destroy everything there is. You're not living in a deceptive lie. You see? It says, the 19th verse, it says, the way of the wicked is as darkness, they know not what to stumble. My son, attend to my words, incline thine ear unto my sayings. Let them not depart from thine eyes. Keep them in the midst of thine heart. It says, for they are life unto those that find them, and health to all their flesh. Keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. Put away from thee a froward mouth, and a perverse lips put far from thee. Let thine eyes look right on, and let thy eyelids look straight before thee. In other words, be sharp. Stay sharp. Stay vigilant. Stay alert. Don't be easily distracted with all this PSYOPs and false flag events and bread and circuses. Know what time it is, man. Know what time you are on, and move accordingly. You see? Stay sharp. Stay chiseled. You see? It says, ponder the path of thy feet, and let thy ways be established. So any moves you're making, you have to think on it. You have to think about the moves you make. You have to think about, is this going to be a righteous move, or is this going to be a wicked move that I'm about to make, right? Always going to think on these things, man. You can't just be out there just doing any old thing. You have to make sure whatever it is that you're doing has some benefit to it, especially spiritual benefit to it. You see what I'm saying? the last verse. It says, "Turn not to the right hand, nor to the left. Remove thy foot from evil." So these are instructions that are being given to you, especially in these latter days that we're living, so you know how to move, you know how to operate in this deceptive world we're living in, man, in this whole fake, staged world we're living in. Everything is all out of whack. So with all this instruction, you put it in place, you put it in motion, guess what? Your path will be established in righteousness and in truth, you know? So let's end off with the scripture right here. Isaiah the 33rd chapter in the 6th verse. It says, "And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure." So the wisdom and knowledge that accompany the truth, which is the words that are written in the Bible, shall be the stability of their time. So when a lot of people are bugging out, they don't know what to believe in. You know, they're just being thrown left and right. They don't have any firm standing. They can't stand on nothing. So they fall for everything. They fall for every okie doke. You see what I'm saying? But that wouldn't be the case with you. Why? It says, yeah, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. Going back to the scripture we just read in Proverbs, how wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom, right? Because once you have that, it keeps you stable. You're stable-minded in all that you do. You know how to operate. You know how to move. It says, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, is his treasure. You know, you got to move with the fear of the Lord. So when you move with the fear of the Lord, there are things you wouldn't do. There are things you wouldn't allow yourself to fall victim to. You see? Yeah, just a little something, man, with all the whole event that I've been unfolding. I've just been thinking about it. I'm like, man, we're living in some really crazy times, man. Who knows what comes after this, you know? Just stay alert, man. Be very alert and be prepared. With that, all praises to the Most High Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachahakodash. Double honors to apostles and elders of Great Millstone. See you next time, Lord willing. Shalom. Shalom.